all the marketing industry, the commercial industry, the ads we see, they have conditioned us into thinking that healthy food is a boring food. Okay, I would say that the first 20 years of life now is the most crucial when it comes to building your nutrition, because your body is at the highest absorptive state. What people need to understand, even if you have diabetes, you do not need to stop rice and potato or ground vegetables and all of this.
What are the types of diabetes? What causes it? At the same time, how a diet plan can help you cure that? Hello everyone. Today's episode is extremely important as we have with us a holistic dietitian, Vritti Srivastav, with an experience of 12 plus years. With all of this being said, please take a pen and paper to make notes of all the things that are being provided with this podcast. For women listeners, we have a special segment where we are covering topics like PCOS. So let's get real with Vritti Srivastav on The Filterless. Hi Vritti, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely perfect. So, before we dive into the whole conversation about food, diet, and everything, why don't we know more about you? Like, how did you get into this field? What made you think that I want to become a dietitian? I want to move more towards nutrition and everything. So, if you can just go ahead
Okay,
with that.
sure. So let me start from, when I was actually in college, when I had to decide, okay, what do I want to do for graduation? Now, from school time, I always had an inclination towards science. So I knew one thing, that, okay, I need to go into a science field. But then at that time, it was majorly either medical or engineering.
Huh.
Okay. And I am somebody who loves to do something different and not the regular, normal is boring,
Yeah.
let's say. So I was actually looking for different fields. I came across few, and luckily there was somebody I knew who was doing this particular field, who was into nutrition.
Huh.
Okay, she was senior to me, and I really loved it because it's all about food, it's about nutrition, studying everything. So that's when I thought, okay, let me give it a go. I had few other options, but then finally, once I finished my 12th, I went in for this. Once I did my bachelor's, I did my master's, and the actual journey began after that, right? And I would say that in these 12 years that I experienced, I worked in different fields. So I worked with a weight loss center, basically a slimming center, which was for a very short span, because I felt that I don't know. I mean, it kind of went against my ethics there. Then I was into diabetes, into weight management research, handling certain diabetes researches as well. Post that, I was a fellow with Teach for India for a break. And then again, I dived into, so I was with a corporate, wherein again it was more of lifestyle disorders and weight management. Then once I actually, all these experiences made me, evolve more. And I think it was during the corporate journey that I also started, getting into health speaking and conducting workshops and seminars, etc. And I used to love that. And then post that, that's when I felt that, okay, I think I've gained enough experience. Now let me start my own journey as a dietitian.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then COVID hit. Okay, people moved online, right? And so that's when I kind of started my practice totally. And in this entire space, it's always been a journey where nutrition is all about you're studying all life,
Yeah.
because the types of food that come in changes, the types of disorders, how do you approach that? It's very much like it's a paramedical
Yeah,
space.
absolutely.
Yeah, so I would say I'm still studying, because you just need to upgrade, and that's what I love. I love that this field is very challenging, and I need to keep at it and on my toes and keep upgrading when it comes to this. So that's why
Yeah,
love
I
it.
mean that when we look out that everybody like diet changes constantly, new trends in diet comes constantly, and you do not know how each generation is going to react to it. So I think this field is a constant learning field, and you
Completely.
cannot just stop learning in this, right? So you also mentioned that you were into a weight loss center. and then you also had a little bit more research about diabetics and all. So if you can just tell us briefly that what was your whole experience there, and why is it that too many people today are active at the same time, are aware about weight loss as a whole spectrum?
Okay. So see, when I talk about my journey at a slimming center, okay, what I noticed there is, while there were people obviously coming in, it was more about giving you results through some passive exercising, which was through certain machines, okay, and then you were allotted a dietitian as well who took care of your diet and all of that. While that was all fine, but what I noticed was the experience level and the qualifications of dietitians coming in there, okay, that is where it kind of went against my ethics when I saw that people doing a 6 months course are coming and counseling
Yeah.
others, and I could actually see the kind of mindset that they were setting into people, because so there were these two instances that happened there. One was one of the dietitians I remember was basically she was scolding a client that why are you having carrot juice, it's going to make you gain weight and all of that. And I'm wondering that why, because see, food is something that you cannot do a do and don't here completely. It has to be a relationship with food, right? So then I realized, okay, that was somebody who was not from a science background, who had studied nutrition. They were still evolving, but they were already working in this space, okay.
Okay.
And then once it happened that there was this norm there, okay, that if the client comes in with a weight gain of 300 grams, anything above 300 grams, they will not get a session, and they will rather have to do some activity with the physio, okay.
Okay.
And once it just happened that I had this one client who got furious, okay, because now we were told, and this is my first job,
Yeah.
okay, this was a protocol set,
Yeah.
300 grams hai, send them for activity. And this particular client, he got furious. He started actually shouting at me right at that reception, and he was like, yeah, I don't understand, what is this, just because my weight is just up by a few grams or whatever, you guys are just sending me for activity, this is not what I paid for, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it got a heated space. I was I was very young, new, and I was a little teary eyed, and I went and sat inside. My seniors took care. But this particular thing, it hit me. It hit me that why are we even setting that norm? Because your weight kind of fluctuates all day.
Exactly.
You drink water, your weight is going to fluctuate. You eat, your weight is going to fluctuate, right? From the morning empty stomach till night, your weight might fluctuate a kilo or 1.5 kilo
5
probably,
kilos also.
right? So the mindset that you're setting in with all of this is you keeping them like at your toes, and that's when it kind of went against my ethics. I said, okay, this is not the right space for me, and I moved
Since
out.
you are mentioning about these kind of centers, I have like recently I've also seen that there are too many centers where you like fat loss centers where ek saath itna certain amount of weight gets lost using machines, burning the fats.
Right.
So do you think that these are all good or healthy options of losing weight?
See, if you're talking about the slimming centers wherein you're putting, you're doing a passive exercise through these machines and then you're losing weight, but at the same time, diet can never escape you. So these centers, while they tell you that, we're going to give you so and so weight loss, they are going to make you follow a diet. You will have a dietitian there.
Okay.
So it has to be a balance. Okay. And when there are certain vibrations given, there's heat given. Okay. Then there are certain machines like Ulipo and
Yeah.
Heatron and all of that. They basically work on some principle wherein there's a little bit of pinching that happens. Like I don't remember the exact process, but yeah, it gives you an immediate inch loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that inch loss, now I don't know if it happens through the water loss from the body or the actual fat loss. But if you don't maintain your diet, exercise, and the entire routine, you are going to gain it back.
And it is also
And,
fatal, right, to lose so much of weight using machine at once.
No, so those are the machines that are basically a liposuction, for example,
Acha.
which is majorly used in obesity in a surgical process where the fat is being sucked out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's different. These kind of machines, it's basically what, if you have a lot of money, you don't know what do you want to do with that money.
Huh.
You go to these slimming centers, you take those therapies, there are massages
All
done,
these,
and there are all
huh.
these machines and etc. But ultimately, na, while these massages definitely are required in for a normal person also, because massages are something that cause a lymphatic drainage in the body. They take out the toxins, they relax you.
Yeah,
But जितने भी machines, everything है ना, a normal exercise routine diet can always replace that.
exactly.
And what I have seen from the slimming centers, from other dietitians that have worked there, I have worked, is that they are sitting there to sell you a package. Okay, उनको कुछ नहीं करना है कि आपकी हिस्ट्री क्या है, you know, what kind of medical history,
हाँ.
what is your bio individuality, like what does your body actually need. They are just sitting there to sell a package. And I used to kind of have a tiff with the salesperson on this always, because they wouldn't really understand if the person is going to be able to lose that much weight. क्योंकि हर एक की बॉडी बहुत अलग है ना.
हाँ.
Somebody might lose a kilo in a week, somebody might lose 0 kilos in a week. So
Barabar.
bio individuality is what everybody needs to tap in.
Even every dietitian also, I feel that there is no proper diet chart, a general diet chart. There is nothing of that sort. It's a myth because her body type के हिसाब से you have to actually sit, know what he or she was usually having in their regular diet.
Mhm.
Then again, vegetarians have a different diet,
Right.
non-vegetarians have a different way of eating
Mhm.
everything. तो उस हिसाब से वो charts बनते हैं. You cannot just say this is a generalized diet chart, and I think you should maintain that, right?
Oh, definitely. There is no generic when it comes to, like, for example, will you use somebody else's foundation?
No.
Will you use somebody else's makeup set, or
Hmm.
maybe certain dermat creams that have been given? Why? Because your skin is
Skin
different.
tone is different.
And you know, now why do you take care? Because your skin is seen, right? And it's
Yeah.
your face, and your face is seen, so you're very particular about that. When it comes to diet, why are we so easily ready to take up a diet from Google, or maybe follow? So a lot of times what happens is people are like, my friend was following this diet, and that's why it worked for her.
It worked for
So
her.
I took it and I followed. And that is the whole thing, that your DNA is very different from another person, even in your family, even your sibling. So what food suits them may or may not suit you. What history you have gone through, what journey your body has gone through is very different, and that's why every diet is very bio individual. Like for me also, no client is going to have the same diet as the other
Yeah.
client. The approach as well is something that is very tailor made, wherein I have to change my counseling approach, my style, as per the client's mindset, and what is their organization level, how dedicated they are, all of that.
Understood. You also mentioned like this obesity center. You also mentioned about the diabetes.
Right.
So you have written a thesis also on
Mhm.
diabetes only. So why don't you break down for all our listeners that what are the types of diabetes, what causes it, at the same time how a diet plan can help you
Mhm.
cure that, or like hold that thing or maintain that weight or
Mhm.
everything. So if you
Okay.
can just
Okay, so diabetes, gut health, etc. are my favorite topics. Right. So let me just break down here. Now, diabetes is majorly of two types. Okay, there's one which is type 1 that usually sets in the childhood.
okay.
And this is something where they have to take insulin because the body cannot produce it, or it just cannot utilize it at all.
Hmm.
Okay. Type 2 diabetes is what is increasing maximum right now, and it's a lifestyle disease as well as it's a genetic disorder as
Disorder.
well. Okay, wherein if there's a history in the family, then you predisposed maybe to getting a type 2 diabetes.
Hmm.
Now, type 2 diabetes is when your body cannot utilize insulin efficiently. But ऐसा नहीं है that it cannot happen completely. Okay, your body still has certain ability left there.
Hmm.
And that is where diet plays a huge role. Okay, because today what happens is majorly what do people do when there's diabetes setting in.
Hmm.
They'll go to a doctor, the doctor will give them medicines, right, or probably insulin depending if the blood sugars are too high, and they'll start following that. Mindset क्या हो जाता है कि I am having these medicines, my blood sugar is going to be controlled, right? So then they become a little lenient with the food. कि I know कि यार this medicine is taking care of my food ना
हाँ.
anyway, right? But what people don't realize is, what is diabetes? It's basically your body cannot handle glucose. Okay, glucose is the end product of every single food that you're going to eat. Every food is going to get, break down and go into your go into your blood as glucose.
Glucose.
Then insulin comes in, it opens up the cells,
Cells.
and it allows the cells to take the glucose inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so diet here is actually your primary focus when it comes to managing type 2 diabetes. And our body has an amazing healing capacity. Well, 1 week also, when you follow a good lifestyle, you'll see that difference happening, wherein you suddenly feel good, feel energetic, all of that, right? So that's where diet plays a role. Now, secondly, what happens again is somebody with, again, deranged blood sugar levels or diabetes, फर्स्ट थिंग विल बी राइस छोड़ना है, पोटैटो छोड़ना है, ब्रेड्स नहीं लेना,
हाँ.
एक्सेट्रा, राइट? I actually had this. So I was interning at a hospital during
Okay.
my grad, and there was one police officer who had come in for counseling, and his blood sugar levels were really high. So I asked him, and he said, मैंने ना बिल्कुल मतलब पोटैटो छोड़ दिया है, मैंने राइस छोड़ दिया है, मैंने ब्रेड छोड़ दिया है, blah blah. I said okay. Then I was digging and asking him questions, and then I come to know he almost, he loves having a Coke or a Limca or a Fanta. Okay,
Highest
तो
amount.
ये मुझे पसंद है, तो ये मैं पीता हूँ, ठीक है. बट दैट्स द होल थिंग. जो नहीं छोड़ना था वो तुमने ऑलरेडी
सब
क्विट
छोड़
कर
दिया,
दिया,
हाँ.
राइट? एंड ओवरऑल यू नॉट हैविंग शुगर, बट आई लाइक कोक एक्सेट्रा. एक छोटे से लिम्का या कोक के बॉटल में देर इज as much as sugar, which is even beyond the normal that you should take in a day. It can have as much as 6 to 7 spoons of sugar in a small
Yeah.
bottle itself. So that was one. Now, what people need to understand is, even if you have diabetes, you do not need to stop rice and potato or ground vegetables and all of this. You need to balance your diet, because when you're having rice, okay, what happens is rice is a little easier to digest because इसमें fiber content is low.
Low.
So when you eat rice, it will break down very fast and will give you a blood sugar spike. How do you slow it down? You add fiber in it, which is going to come through vegetables,
Huh.
okay, or other whole grains. You're going to add some protein into it, okay. By protein, I don't mean just the dals, because our dals are they are watery, and different dals have a different protein
Less
content, right? So
And they are secondary protein sources.
huh,
So for primary sources of protein, as vegetarians, I don't think we have anything else apart from paneer.
no, so yeah, protein का एक biological value होता है.
हाँ.
Okay, so when you're combining, your body is not going to see protein as protein. Your body is going to see protein as amino acids.
हाँ.
And amino acids are present in most foods, like
Fruits.
even in certain vegetables as well. Okay, so when it comes to dal also, if there is a certain amino acid not present in dal, that particular amino acid is present in cereals. जो cereal में नहीं है वो दाल में है, so when you combine this, that's how you increase the biological value. That's how the amino acid level goes up, basically
अच्छा.
completing the amino acid.
हाँ, हाँ,
Like that. So dairy, no doubt, it is a great source of protein. So that's how we see the biological value.
Okay.
But जब तुम पूरा जो भी खाते हो ना, everything will give you amino acids, and each amino acid has a different role to play in the body.
Okay.
So that way. So when I was telling you about diabetes, when suppose people are having rice,
हाँ.
ठीक है, या potato, that, it's always good you combine it with the fiber, you combine it with the protein, okay, and you combine it with healthy fat. Simple. It can be something as simple as ghee.
हाँ.
So इससे क्या होता है ना, the fiber, the protein, fat, everything is going to slow down the digestion. When the digestion slows down, glucose is released slowly into the blood, and your body gets enough time to take that and utilize and put it into the cells. That's when the spike doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, in diabetes,
So you need
generally,
to give enough time for sugars or glucose to digest,
Right.
so that it does not enter into, in a way that it is not getting digested in your blood, but instead it is just spiking up as your sugar level.
No, so इसमें क्या होता है? For example, suppose you had a simple pasta.
हाँ.
ठीक है, pasta went into your stomach. It's very easy to digest because fibers नहीं है. Fibers क्या करते हैं ना? They slow it down.
हाँ.
Okay, they will provide a little bulk.
Yeah.
Okay, and they will slow down the digestion. Fat, like say a ghee, or an olive oil or flax seeds, avocado, etc.,
Hmm.
they also create some bulk and they slow down the digestion because
Okay.
fats are a little slower to break.
Hmm.
Starch is very easy to break,
Yeah.
which is in rice, pasta, potato,
Pasta,
etc.
potatoes.
ठीक है, so that's when you slow it down, तो वो slowly break होगा और वो slowly glucose release होगा into the
अच्छा,
system.
okay,
And the insulin जो secrete हुआ है body में, it will have enough time to take this glucose and send it into cells so that it is utilized. Like I'll give you an example. For example, you are standing in a corridor and there is a door to a room. Okay. Suppose if there are 5 people standing outside, it doesn't look crowded.
Yeah.
Okay. The door is closed. All right. अब वो 5 people हैं, 5 से और 10 हो जाए या 15 हो जाए, what will happen is suddenly crowded हो रहा है,
Push होता है.
but the door is not opening to let those people inside so that the corridor is empty.
Emptied.
So your corridor is your blood. Okay, those people are the glucose molecules.
Okay.
And the door is the door of your cell. Where is the key? That's the insulin. So insulin will come, it will open that door, and that's how all the glucose is going to go into different cells, and your blood sugar level will stabilize.
समझा. Such a nice way to explain. Like सबसे ऐसा बोले ना layman language to explain how this entire thing works. Apart from this, we talked about blood sugar levels, right? Because of which diabetes होता है. But there's also a myth that goes on कि अगर हम लोग jaggery use करें instead of sugar, so how does that make difference, or is it not making any difference?
Okay. So, so sugar को हम generally what do we say? We say refined sugar.
Refined sugar.
Right? Because sugar is ultra refined and it's almost the last process. Okay. Jaggery is just few steps above that. So what happens is sugar and jaggery ideally do not have much difference.
Okay.
Jaggery और sugar में 19-20 का फर्क है.
हाँ.
So jaggery will have a little bit of minerals in it, a little bit of fiber in it. Okay, but then when we talk about the blood sugar level, both are going to act the same. So I rather say for a diabetic, yes, they need to control their sugar levels. Okay, but ऐसा भी नहीं है that a type 2 diabetic cannot handle sugar at all. Okay, a little amount, a little sweetness is not going to trouble them. Okay, as long as their lifestyle is good, they're following everything, the diet is quite balanced, per se. So which is why I rather say that if you're a non-diabetic especially and you like having sugar in your tea, coffee, take it. So basically it's not going to really create a harm if you're adding that 1 spoon of sugar into the tea or coffee.
Because you any which ways need a certain level of sugar so that you have energy in your body. Right?
Right. So energy, food se to jo aati hai, right? Food gets broken down into glucose and then your brain utilizes the glucose for energy as well, right? In the body. But yes, if your energy levels are down, you are going to need a direct source of glucose. Okay. So one is that. Like for me, I generally take jaggery in my coffee. That is not because I don't want to have sugar. It's only because I like the taste. And that is because there is actually no difference. So for my clients as well, I tell them just have the sugar, like you. And even when they want to have a little dessert and all of that, I guide them there.
Yeah.
So excess sugar definitely is bad. Anything in excess, even excess protein, excess fat, excess carb, whichever food you see, excess is always bad. But a balanced is not
I think
a
for
problem.
life also excess is always bad. You can have up to everything up to certain limit, and then
Definitely.
so when you guide as a dietitian to your like say to your clients or to your patients, so do you make sure that they get the food that they like to eat in their diet?
Oh, definitely. That's my primary focus. So I'll tell you how the process works.
Huh.
So how I actually build their plan is I understand their mindset, I understand their preferences, what kind of foods do they love to eat, what are they allergic to, everything, and I understand what is their regular diet. Okay, and I understand a lot of medical aspects as well, wherein I know that okay, this is what I need to work on. When I make their diet, few things I consider is, one is obviously what do they need. Okay. Second is what do they like. Okay, if they like certain foods, even if it's a pav bhaji and it's a gajar ka halwa or anything, I will include them into the diet and I'll balance it out. Okay, and third is how much time do they have whether they have a cook or not, how much time do they really have to make that, or whether they have a help or not, are they traveling, etc. So, for example, once one of my client, she started her diet on a Friday. Okay. अच्छा, I never had this rule of Monday वाला space, because ना ये बहुत mental चीज होती है यार, Monday start करेंगे, first को start करेंगे. Your diet can start the moment you think about it. तुमने अभी सोचा कि I want to go on a healthy space, okay? It's always about just pick one habit. Okay, one habit. Maybe you're drinking low water level. Basically your water levels are low. You're drinking less water. What is the first thing? Just start the first day. Just start drinking more water.
Exactly.
Right? So you don't need to wait to consult a dietitian, and that's when I'll start my diet. That's when I'll start eating healthy. So this client I was telling, she started on a Friday, and Saturday they were going for a drive. They were going for a long drive somewhere towards Lonavala and all of that. Okay. And I get a message from her, and she's like, your diet is so travel friendly that in this entire 1 day trip, we had nothing from outside. But that was also because, that's what I told her, is also because you took those efforts, right? You pre-prep.
Exactly.
So it was very cute that they were sending me pictures, okay, of their entire trip, like they're eating. And what she actually did is, for example, if there was pasta, she took 3 dabbas. एक में पास्ता बॉइल पास्ता रखा है, एक में there was tossed vegetable, एक में there was gravy. They took plates with them, and they just stopped somewhere. They mixed everything together and they had it as well. Like that. So it's you can eat. So healthy is not something that is boring food. It covers everything, and
It's,
you
I
can
think,
always
from
make it in
human
an
to human how much
interesting way.
efforts you are taking for maintaining that healthy thing. Like
Yeah.
अगर ढूंढने जाए तो every food is healthy only because that is something edible. It's just you need to know what proportion you need to have in that. हम
Right.
होटल में भी जाए तो that they are not giving you a food that is not edible. That is going to get digested. But fat कितना लेना है, carbs कितना लेना है, proteins कितना लेना है, that is on us, right? That
Right,
we need
right.
to know from our body's perspective.
This, I would say, there are 2 aspects to this. Okay, one is a food that is nourishing to your body already. Okay, another hota na, I call those foods as empty calorie foods. Like these are basically the junk and the ultra processed foods.
Okay.
Because what happens is, while they're edible and you're going to feel good eating that, your body has to spend a lot of nutrients to digest them and get rid of all the artificial ingredients and toxins that they contain, and for your liver to just take it out. So here, instead of getting nutrients, while you'll get some energy, you'll get certain nutrients from that, no doubt, but your body is also spending nutrients in just digesting these foods. So I would say these are basically anti-nutrient foods that contain artificial, excess of colors, excess of preservatives, too processed chemicals in them, over fried oil and all of that. So yes, food is always, it's a different aspect.
Since we are talking about all these restaurant foods or like having home food, I wanted to know what is a balanced relationship for food and body.
Like building a healthy food relationship.
Yeah, healthy
with
food
right?
relationship.
So today what is happening is, a lot of people are not connecting with their food. By connection, I mean that we are either, we are distracted while we're eating. Either we're on our phone, we're talking, or we're probably
TV.
watching a Netflix, Amazon, something like that. And in that process, you don't chew your food well. You do not know the feeling of that food. So if we look at how our ancestors used to eat, they would be sitting in one place. They would be quiet, okay, and they would actually eat with hand as well. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, you are making all your senses, you're activating all your senses into the digestion. So for example, one is you're seeing the food.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Probably it's something that you really like, and the colors and all, it's going to give you some happiness. Okay. Second, you're going to smell the food. You're going to feel good again. And then when you touch the food, or chalo, even if you're having with a spoon, when you take it and you eat it and you chew it well, your brain sends signals. The stomach identifies that, okay, so and so food is coming in, okay, and that's how I need to secrete digestive juices. And when you eat very fast and you don't chew your food, those digestive juices are not going to be secrete apt. as much as is required. And that is when all the bloating and flatulence and indigestion starts setting in when we eat too fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to, so one aspect of healthy food relationship is that you have to be aware of your food.
Yeah, like when we were small and young, everybody used to tell us that 32 bites.
Exactly.
You have to have 32 bites and chew it so properly that it just digests while you are having it only.
Exactly. So, any food that we're eating actually needs to be chewed such that it has to mix very well with the saliva, and it has to become a little liquid.
Yeah.
Liquid in the sense it has to grind really, really well, and only then you swallow it. But what are we doing is we eat fast. Okay, we aren't really chewing it enough, and that saliva that it mixes with it, it also starts the digestion.
Yeah,
so the
yeah, yeah.
digestion starts in the mouth.
Mouth itself.
Right, when you're eating fast, na mouth mein properly digestion hua, and then you're just putting the food down into your stomach. It's as good as loading somebody with extra work when they already have so much of work going on. And what is going to happen is that person is going to get frustrated, right? Eventually, that's what happens with the stomach.
तो वो काम होगा ही नहीं.
So you don't chew well, you send it out to the stomach is loaded with extra work. Okay,
Yeah.
and the stomach is not able to handle that food because it's not grinded that well, right? And digestive juices and enzymes may not be enough again to digest all of the nutrients. And what then the stomach will do its work, jitna digestion hua, it will send it out to the intestine. Our entire body has a what do you say, recognition system wherein it will recognize food only in a certain way. Now, when the food goes into the intestine, okay, and if the intestine does not recognize the food to that consistency that is, that's when again the intestine will also start acting up.
Yeah.
And that's how a leaky gut happens later.
Okay.
So they don't identify the food as food, they're identifying the food as a foreign particle. Your immune system will flare up. So that is one aspect where you really need to chew your food, feel your food, so that whatever you're eating, वो बोलता है ना कि बॉडी को लगना चाहिए
कि खा रहा है.
कि आप खा रहे हो, वो न्यूट्रिशन बॉडी को लगना चाहिए. So your body should be able to absorb the nutrients that you're eating.
Two things that I want to highlight in this thing is that bloating is a very, very big aspect that happens when we eat fast or we snack on food in irregular timings. So why is it that ऐसा होता है कि snacking का craving भी आता है? Because if you have, like, we have distributed 4 meals, okay, breakfast, then lunch, then one afternoon breakfast that you do, tea coffee basically, or afternoon ka, and then the last is the dinner. Barabar? So if we have already got these 4 meals sorted and planned, then why is it that the cravings of snacking comes and then there is bloating that is a result of that?
Okay, there are a lot of factors involved here again. So when I was talking about, say, healthy food relationship, I'll make this a part of it and continue this, wherein what happens when I said chewing, right? Secondly, kya hota hai na, we associate a lot of guilt with the food now. Okay, when you associate a lot of guilt with the food, wherein oh, I had so many calories, how is it going to happen? Am I going to gain weight? Damn, this food has so much carb, how am I going to have it? So I've actually seen maximum when I go and sit in cafes also, people around are only talking about the carb and the sugar value and etc. of the food. So यहाँ क्या हो रहा है ना, you're judging the food, you're breaking it down, and you're already telling your subconscious mind that this, I don't know if this food is good for me or not.
Yeah.
So when you eat like that, you're associating guilt, you are not associating happiness or a good emotion with the food, and you're not chewing well. Your digestive system is very sensitive to your emotions as well. Okay, so you'll notice when you're anxious, you might not digest the food well. Probably there'll be diarrhea, there'll be constipation, or there'll be bloating.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're not building that food relationship, and also not eating as per what our body wants, that's where all these indigestion sets in, and when our lifestyle is haywire. So why the cravings happen? Now there are multiple reasons. For example, it could either be that you've not slept well. Okay, one.
Okay.
Suppose if you don't sleep well, what will happen in the morning? You'll be all groggy. You'll probably have a coffee to wake up suddenly. Coffee will suppress your hunger. You might eat less during that time.
Breakfast.
But वो suppressed hunger था. उसके बाद once that coffee effect is gone, you'll suddenly feel hungry again and the cravings will happen. Okay. Secondly, if you're emotionally stressed out,
Hmm.
so that's when the emotional eating aspect comes, because we associate food as comfort, right?
Comfort,
A
yeah.
happiness quotient that is there. So stress is one. Thirdly, your nutrients play a huge role. If the body is deficient in a certain nutrient, that can create cravings in the body, because your nutrients also balance your blood sugar levels.
Hmm.
So, for example, say minerals like chromium, selenium, magnesium. Okay,
Iron.
yeah, all of these, yes, all of these are very important in regulating your blood sugar levels. If your body is deficient in them, you will start craving for sugar, you will start craving
Okay.
for food. Craving kya hota hai? It's a signal your body is sending out. Okay, so that's another thing. And if there is any hormonal imbalance in the body, okay, or so there are these hunger hormones. So there's a hunger hormone leptin, and there's a satiety hormone, ghrelin. Okay, so basically leptin will tell you that, listen, done. Leptin and ghrelin will basically balance your hunger, wherein they'll tell you, okay, now you're hungry, and now you're done.
Hmm.
You're full, so you need to stop eating. If there's an imbalance in these two hormones, okay, you'll start feeling hungry very often. So your stomach doesn't need the food, but
Huh.
you're feeling that you're hungry,
Here, huh.
and that's when you start eating.
So the brain is
So-
sending a wrong signal, and the stomach is not having the same signal, so
Because
it's
there's
not in the balance.
Right. So there's an imbalance here. And if your blood sugar levels are imbalanced, maybe due to an insulin resistance that will come to. And so all of these, there are a lot of factors that play a role in cravings.
Okay.
And what I've observed normally in my entire experience of counseling is that when people have actually started following a very nourishing diet and they have corrected their lifestyle, and I tell this to all my clients initially as well, 10 days. 10 days is all you need, and you'll actually see your cravings coming down. You'll see your sugar cravings coming down, you'll see your food cravings coming down. You'll actually see that you need lesser food to eat than you were actually
Actually
eating
eating.
earlier. Like that.
Okay. One major thing that I understood out of it is that our brain always sends a signal of having healthier food, and our tongue never allows us to do that. Why is that happening? I don't think there's any human being जिसको ऐसा लगता रहेगा कि no, this is healthy and it actually tastes good. ये बहुत रेयर होता है. We all say salads को हम लोग जब तक अच्छे टेस्ट नहीं देंगे तब तक हमें वो salads
Right.
plain लेना नहीं पसंद आएगा. So why is that happening?
So this is the very deep. It's a deep conditioning, firstly, that is done. So there are one is obviously that every person is very specific to the taste that
Huh.
they want, right? Something I might like, you might not like it.
Yeah.
Okay, because my taste palette is very individualistic to me. Yours is to you. Okay, so one is obviously that. For example, I love vegetables and fruits. Okay, especially vegetables. Like
Yeah.
if you keep vegetables in front of me, I will eat them and I'll find them tasty. It's not boring for me. Same में किसी और को boring लगेगा ना,
हाँ.
like that. So now what happens is all the marketing industry, the commercial industry, the ads we see, they have conditioned us into thinking that healthy food is a boring food. Okay, because यार ये salad कौन खाता है? Plus
हाँ.
secondly, they have also conditioned us into thinking that healthy food only means that it's going to be a salad, right? बट जो हम घर पे खाते हैं ना, जो ट्रेडिशनल मील्स होते हैं, एवरीथिंग दैट वी ईटिंग, रोटी सब्जी, राइस आइटम्स और डिफरेंट ट्रेडिशनल मील्स दैट वी मेक, they all have health aspects. They all fall in the healthy category. It depends how you're making it. Like for example, potato is very healthy. It's a ground vegetable.
Yeah.
Ground vegetables are extremely rich in minerals. Okay, and they provide you immediate energy because they are starchy.
Starchy.
But what are people doing is they eat it as fries, या वो चीज ऐड करके या उसको भजिया
हाँ.
बना के, and then वो scare हो गया है कि oh my god, potatoes, they make you gain weight.
हाँ.
Okay, because the industry has created there's the way they portray a pizza and a burger is like they'll make it so eye appealing to you that your brain has started registering those
As normal
as
food.
foods that are I'm going to love. Okay, also a lot of now pizza burgers also can be healthy.
Huh.
So ऐसा नहीं है, if when I tell my clients, I tell them, you want to have a burger, go have it at a cafe. because the cafe will not have a patty which is stored and frozen since ages.
हाँ.
Okay, it'll actually use very
New fresh patty.
ingredients and all of that. Same with pizza, same way. But हमें condition किया गया है to
मैकडोनल्ड्स में
believe
जाके
that.
खाना.
And secondly, what happens is a lot of outside food now that we eat, whether it is packaged food or in restaurants, they add certain flavors or certain additives to it that give you a tingling taste on your tongue, which will want you to eat more. Like for example, a Maggie, okay,
Yeah.
or a kappa noodle, or a kappa, you get those rajma chawal
हाँ.
and all that जो तुम flight में खाते हो, for
Major
example.
Chinese food has this.
Chinese food,
Chinese
chips.
food, almost every
Yeah.
Chinese food you.
So why do you think Lay's says that no one can eat just one?
हाँ.
Because those chips also, they all have certain additives that activates your umami taste buds. It's
Okay.
another sense of taste wherein you start salivating, and when you start, and then you'll want more of it. So you're not hungry digestion wise, you don't need it, but you just feeling the taste is so good.
Yeah,
That you
like right now,
overeat.
even if we are talking about it, I am getting that nahi yaar, I'm craving this, I'm craving that. It's like those food actually have set that thing in our brain only, like looking at it only, and image भी हम लोग देख लेना तो भी हमें मन कर जाएगा.
Like if you see Maggie,
हाँ.
what is Maggie? They have tied Maggie with an emotion.
Yeah.
Right? Maggie is about building memories. It's about पहाड़ों में जा रहे हो,
हाँ.
आप वहाँ
Friends के
Maggie
साथ
खा
खा
रहे
रहे
हो,
हो.
आप friends के साथ 3 AM वाली Maggie that
हाँ.
आप बीच रात में खा रहे हो. And believe me, even for me, like I stayed in a hostel during my masters. We survived on Maggie. When we were doing our thesis and everything, what do you make at middle of the night? So, and the whole concept of how noodles came into existence, basically something like a Maggie and all of that
Huh.
came into existence, was to give people an instant food,
Yeah.
like that. So there is an emotion. So they've utilized this. All the ads you see, everything has been made to condition you already, and
Okay.
you're conditioned since very like a childhood.
हाँ,
space.
like it's since like अगर बच्चे को भी like even today वो ये सब्जी रोटी नहीं खा रहा है तो give him a Maggie, he'll have it. At least कुछ तो जा रहा है, at least कुछ तो जा रहा है. ये ideation से ही उसका proper nutrition होता ही नहीं है कभी.
Right. And a child now they don't know what is junk food. They don't know what are chips, what is chocolate.
हाँ.
They are, obviously, it's introduced to them. It's either introduced by the parents or somebody, or they've seen it over TV or however. Like, so there was this one instance again, when I was interning at a hospital during my masters, and I was in the pediatric ward.
हाँ.
So basically a couple had come in for counseling for their baby. And I asked them ki, acha, so he was bottle fed, okay, milk was given through the bottle. And I said, okay, anything that is added. And she said कि हम ना बस टेस्ट के लिए ना मिल्क में चाय ऐड कर देते हैं, थोड़ा सा चाय ऐड कर देते हैं, क्योंकि ना बेबी को टेस्ट चाहिए होता है. मैंने उनको बोला, आपके बेबी को चाय का टेस्ट पता है? नहीं पता है.
नहीं पता.
बेबी को तो बेबी इज हैप्पी विद द मिल्क.
That
Okay, now what did you do? You added tea into it because you thought नहीं ऐसे tasty हो जाएगा. Now the baby got used to having the milk with a little bit of tea flavor in it. That's how you're conditioning. They don't need it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So अगर if you say that ये जो चीज़ conditioning की है, अगर बेबी के टाइम से like when you are giving birth to a child, from that part only nutrition begins, right? तो तब से nourishment, good nutrition, good food needs to be given to that person. So how does that changes the way of nourishing changes from a child to a teenage and then from teenage to an adult? Because
Okay.
all these three phases, maybe I want you to break this thing down, like all these three phases में कैसे nourishment change होता है over the period
So
of time.
primarily na here, first the parents come in picture, which is why I rather feel that nutrition is actually something that needs to be a part of every syllabus. Every syllabus, every person needs to understand it. You might not go into the medical part of it, but
Yeah.
then जो basic nourishment होता है ना, that needs to be there. It's an irony that nutrition is actually associated with home science courses. Okay, in India, you will see that you will find nutrition as a part of home science
home
course.
science. हाँ.
So and who studies home science? It's the women.
हाँ.
Okay, so an Ascendity University or a Nirmala Niketan, all of that, you'll only see women because they associate this with, okay, the women are going to be the home managers, and that's how they need to know about all this. And so nutrition is a
Yeah.
part of it. So for me to study nutrition, right, when from the first year I knew I want to do specifically nutrition, I had to study a foundation of a lot of other subjects which were related to, you know, women or interior designing and
Huh.
textile and blah blah blah, just to get to nutrition. Okay, so one is, it is not just, it shouldn't be just one field here, but a part needs to come for in all education
All
system.
education system. That is
Okay.
A.
So now what is happening is doctors actually do have experts wherein, you know, they're kind of conducting sessions for the parents, whether it comes to lactation and how should you give nutrition to the baby. So all of that. Secondly, there a lot of myths and everything need to be broken, so that when the parent is conditioning the child and giving a certain nutrition to the child, a lot of times what happens is we go for easy foods a lot of time,
हाँ.
right? कि मतलब यार उनको जेम्स दे दिया, हमने उनको कैंडीज दे दी,
बिस्किट्स दे दिए,
बिस्किट्स दे दिया. तो आप अगर उनको तुम फूड को मत रिप्लेस करो विद बिस्किट और विद कैंडीज एक्सेट्रा. A food is food that is going to come from different nutrients, because your baby and the kid is the first, I would say that the first 20 years of life na is the most crucial when it comes to building your nutrition, because your body is at the highest absorptive stage, right? So that is when your body is going to absorb the food really well, and it's going to have, and there's growth happening, there are changes happening in the body. When you give a lot of sugar or candies, color wale, to your kid, you are also affecting their brain, because these colors, they make them, there is a certain process and they make them hyper. They might create a zinc deficiency in them, and zinc is very important for brain functioning.
अच्छा.
Okay, so अब बचपन से काफ़ी चीज़ें जो है ना, for parents they need to understand, and giving them variety. Don't impose your judgments about food, or if suppose you don't like a certain food, don't say it in front of your kid. Let the kid build a healthy relationship with food and give them all variety.
हाँ.
Okay, when it comes to teenage years, teenagers are the ones जो maximum junk consumption में जाते हैं, right?
जो maximum tantrum throw करते हैं in the whole nutrition part also, like घर का खाना नहीं खाना है मुझे ये, because they have friends, right? Teenage is the one phase of life where you can get influence, you cannot get influence, and everything around you changes all of a sudden. क्योंकि बेबी थे तब तक मम्मी पापा के हाथ में थे, and then once you are a teenage, you're just completely
and you
out.
go to college, you go outside,
The
you have
moment you
money,
go to-
you go to
हाँ.
buy foods, all of that. So what matters here na is बच्चों को क्या होता है, from an early toddler stage, when they start eating till the teenage stage, why are they eating outside in teenage? Is because they want interesting foods.
Yeah.
Right? They want the food to be nice, different, creative. ये regular कौन खाएगा, वो रोटी
Colored,
सब्जी and all
हाँ.
that. What you do is बचपन से ना get creative with food. You know, get creative. Give them in a very nice we'll plate it well.
हाँ.
Let the foods have nice colors in it. That is when you're using a carrot, you're using a beetroot,
बराबर.
etc. Okay. Same way teenage में they love pasta, make pasta at home. They like pizza, make pizza at home. Obviously, let them have outside as well, but there has to be a balance that you need to create. So one of my client, when she sends me pictures, okay, when they send me their meal pictures,
हाँ.
it's always plated beautifully. So I told her that, I really complimented her.
हाँ.
And she said my mom used to do it for me. And because my mom used to do it for me, I
still
got
have.
it, and I love plating my food. Now imagine her mom does it for her, she does it. If she has a kid,
She
do
do
it for
it.
the kid also.
And then the kid will also say that my mom does it,
Exactly.
so I'm
So
doing
it just
it.
goes, it's a cycle,
Exactly.
generated.
So this is where the sanskar part of it comes into the picture. Like whatever you give your children, they are going to carry it forward for their whole life. So you need to understand what you're showing them, and
true.
वो variety has to come.
Variety has to come, and जितना scare mongering हो रहा है ना आजकल कि oh no, don't, we need to go complete like gluten free, dairy free,
हाँ.
sugar नहीं लेना
Vegan,
completely,
keto.
all of that. So basically understand, does the body really need that? Can your body tolerate gluten? If it cannot tolerate gluten, no doubt, get it out. But for your kid also, you have to understand what do they like, what do they. So पहले से ही अगर if you're telling them or you're creating a scare of certain foods, that is what they're going to grow up with.
Okay. Since we got into the trendy food right now, that the keto, vegan diet, gluten free, all this thing, can we break all of this down? What is gluten free diet? What is vegan diet? What is lactose free also is there? And then what is a keto diet? And
Okay.
how does it change, like from a different person?
Okay. So a gluten-free diet is, gluten is a type of protein that is found in wheat, rye, and barley. These are all cereals. Okay. Gluten is a little complex structure, so not everybody can digest it well. Now, also what has happened over time is we have created hybrids of wheat. Okay. Earlier, जो wheat आता था, and then a lot of hybrids got created. So gluten went on to become more and more complex.
Okay.
And that's how digestion has become difficult. So if your gut is not strong enough to digest that gluten, then your undigested particles will go into your intestine and everything. The body will not recognize them. They'll recognize it as foreign particles, and your immune system will flare up.
Okay.
Okay, that is when we say don't have gluten then. Okay, so that, and secondly, some kids are born with a gluten allergy, that
Oh.
is celiac disease.
Okay.
So these kids from by birth have to take out gluten from the diet.
Acha.
So that's how gluten free is. Vegan is no dairy,
No
basically
dairy.
no animal food. Okay, no dairy, no cheese, no animal food at all. So it's
Okay.
all plant based. It's a complete plant based diet. So almond milk, oat milk, all of that. There's gluten free, vegan free, keto. Keto was actually a diet. It's a high fat, low carb, moderate protein diet.
Okay.
This diet was actually generated to help people with epilepsy. Okay, so because what they saw was when epileptic patients were given such kind of diet, their condition improved a little, seizures went down.
Huh.
Okay, but they also saw that, okay, this is also creating a weight loss. So what happens is when you deprive your body of carb for those, for a longer time, the body then taps into fat and it starts breaking down, and uska byproduct hota hai ketones.
Acha.
Okay, that is why you say it's a
Keto
keto diet.
diet.
Okay, but this particular diet, it should never be a first approach. It should always be followed under guidance with your dietitian, your doctor. There are certain tests that need to be done because it also has an effect on the kidneys. Okay, people have lost their lives following a keto diet when they haven't, basically if they've gone really extreme. And keto, because you're depriving the body of carb, it gives a lot of headache and mood swings and low energy levels, crankiness, all of that. So keto is something that people use like a crash diet.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So these are four. There was a fifth one.
The lactose free.
Lactose free.
Lactose intolerant.
Lactose is so as babies, we have a lot of enzyme to digest lactose. As we grow up, that enzyme goes down. Okay, and that's when in adulthood people generally come up with a
Face.
lactose allergy. Okay, wherein they're intolerant to lactose.
Okay.
So basically, lactose comes from majorly milk. Okay.
Are there people lactose intolerant for certain period of time? Then again they are not, and they can have milk and all, and then again
And
they are lactose.
This now entirely depends on your gut. If your
Okay.
gut, how is your gut? So maybe agar wo, that enzyme is not acting properly, or it's not being secreted properly, or it's absent, or however, it does happen that people can be lactose intolerant. And lactose, maybe there is a full lactose intolerance and a partial lactose intolerance.
Okay.
Full lactose intolerance is you will not tolerate anything with that comes from milk.
Acha.
Paneer, curd, everything.
Cheese.
Okay, all of that, cheese and everything.
Huh.
Partial में ये होता है कि when the milk is broken down and it is processed into a curd or a paneer, the body tolerates that. Body is able to digest that. And when your gut is weak, okay, your body, because lactose is a difficult sugar to digest, gluten is a difficult protein to digest, your body might create indigestion and bloating when you give these foods. And that is when we work on the gut, and if we see that these foods are triggering a response, then we do ask people to go basically avoid gluten
Lactose
and
free.
lactose.
Okay. What is intermittent fasting? Why is it so much popular today in everybody?
In India, especially because we have a high amount of vegetarians,
Yeah.
okay, we do tend to go low on proteins.
What is gut health? How does a poor gut health look like? What is PCOS?
PCOS is a polycystic ovarian syndrome. There are certain cysts that get developed in the ovaries, and because of this, there's a shift in the hormones, the way the hormones are supposed to act.
Most of the women have B12 deficiency.